Hello, high school basketball fans, and welcome to the Robert A. Arnson Gymnasium, where tonight we've got ourselves a day. It's the Shawnee Indians of the Western Buckeye League versus the St. John's Blue Jays in the Midwest Athletic Conference. I'm Dave Bowen. It's my pleasure to do your play-by-play, and beside me is Miles, the Toledo Kid Holiday, and he's got the crayons out. So we're excited to bring this game to you tonight, and we're going to look at some keys. But first of all, Miles, these two teams, Shawnee puts 65 points up per game, St. John's 75. What's the over-under? Can we get into the 80s both ways? How about an 86-82?
Oh, Diamond Dave Bowen, I'm excited to finally get a chance to work with the legend that you are. And where else would you rather be than right here, right now? What a great environment. Two amazing basketball teams. And we were talking this morning about this game, Dave. Coaches, let these guys run, right? You brought up the points that they score. Everybody's expecting a high-scoring match. Let's let it go, man. Coaches, let them run. Let's have some fun. Don't overcoach this one. Just let the guys play.
It's a Saturday night special. Why not? Both teams played last night, came away with W's. Shawnee comes into this game 9-1. What are the keys for Coach Mark Triplett's team tonight, Miles, in order to get a W?
Okay, I got three of them for you, Dave. See if you can stay with me here. Number one, all eyes on number 11. Make sure everybody can see. You hear coaches say this all the time. See ball, see man, right? All five defenders better see number 11 at all times. Number two, no fouls. You take a look at the only time Shawnee lost this year was to LCC. Why? They were in huge foul trouble. They can't get in foul trouble here tonight against a loaded DSJ team. And then number three, the Brothers of Destruction. Yes, Travis and Beckett Berkey, they will absolutely destroy teams when they score the basketball. 18 points a game, 22 points a game. The Brothers of Destruction got to be big here tonight.
I love it, the Brothers of Destruction. And number 11 you referenced for St. John's, that's none other than Cam Elwer. Coach Aaron Elwer brings this squad in here at 9-0, 18-1 combined records. But for the Blue Jays, what do they need to do to win on their home court?
Hey, number one, they're Blue Jays. Let it fly. They love to shoot the three, right? They've had a game this year where they made 12 threes in one game. This is what you do. You get an open three, go ahead and take it. Everybody's got that green light. Number two, all hands on the glass. They've got to rebound the basketball. This is a good Shawnee team that attacks the rack. If they don't rebound, oh, watch out. Shawnee will dominate this game. So all hands on the glass. And then number three, Mr. All-Time. You brought him up. Number 11, Cam Elwer. He is Mr. All-Time. All-time leading scorer. Congratulations here at DSJ. Cam averages about 30 points a game. He is fantastic. So this one, check it off because he's always fantastic. Mr. All-Time is going to be big here tonight.
We're going to have ourselves a great game. You said the Brothers. We've heard and watched the TV show, the documentary Band of Brothers. This is a battle of brothers with Cam and Andrew Elwer, the son of head coach Aaron Elwer, and for Shawnee, Trevick and Beckett Berkey, the son of varsity assistant coach Nick Berkey. It's going to be a great game, and both these teams, let's get the defense out of the way. These teams are born to run. We'll go a little Bruce Springsteen. We'll be back with the starting lineups and our opening tip. You're watching high school basketball on WOSN. Welcome back to Robert A. Arnson Gymnasium, and we would like to thank our premier sponsor for tonight's game, Elida Building and Contracting. Call Brian Wheeler at Elida Building and Contracting. Commitment to quality and community. Elida Building and Contracting, 48 years of trust, 48 years of experience. And our presenting sponsor is Thermal Guard Window and Door. Quality windows and doors from a local company you can trust. Visit thermalguardwindows.com or call 419-229-4273 for your free estimate. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Shawnee Indians under the direction of head coach Mark Triplett in his 11th season. Brings an overall record of 183-79 into tonight's game. Starting for the Indians, number 0, the 6'7" sophomore, Travis Berkey, averages 18 points per game. Caleb Miller, the 5'10" senior guard, comes in averaging 2 points per game. Also for Shawnee, Tate Bender, number 14, 6'1" senior guard at 7 points per game. Jagger Hutchins, the 6'7" senior forward, averages 9 points per game. And Beckett Berkey, the leading scorer for the Indians, averages 22 points per game, 6'6" junior forward. Again, it's Berkey, Miller, Bender, Hutchins, and Berkey. For the St. John's Blue Jays, who bring a record of 9-0 into tonight's contest under the leadership of Aaron Elwer in his 18th season, brings an overall record of 257 and 151 into tonight's game, the 23-24 MAC Coach of the Year. Starting for the Blue Jays, the 6'1" sophomore forward, number 1, Jackson Weaker, averages 3.6 points per game. Drew Boggs, the 6'1" senior forward, at 5 points per game. Cam Elwer, the leading scorer for the Blue Jays at 29 points per game, 6'2" junior forward, broke the all-time leading scorer record last night at Parkway by scoring 41 points, needed 19 to defeat the record, not defeat it, but overcome the record held by Alan Quartercracks, which was established in 1982. Miles, I was fortunate enough to be playing at that time, but really fortunate not to play against Alan Quartercracks.
Or else he still might have the record.
Yes, exactly. Andrew Elwer, 6'1" sophomore guard, number 12, comes in averaging 15.7 points per game, the second leading scorer for the Blue Jays. And Easton Elwer, the 6-foot freshman guard, number 13, averages 6 points per game. Weaker, Boggs, Elwer, and Elwer. The tip is up. Shawnee controls it, and Trevick Berkey takes the ball up front, and St. John's opens up in their stingy man-to-man defense.
Now, one of the early themes of this game, Dave, is going to be the size of Shawnee against the lack of size against this DSJ defense. Is Shawnee going to pound the paint? They have 3 guys that are taller than anybody on the floor for DSJ.
Tall, but they all can handle the basketball, very fundamentally sound, but we see Hutchins down there on the block, and St. John's will look to help a lot. Good patience here early on. Caleb Miller with the basketball, trying to avoid a 5. Find the middle open. Hutchins, 3-ball, corner, pocket. Jagger Hutchins gets Shawnee on the scoreboard in the first possession.
Release, rotation, and splash. Way to beat the double team and find the open shooter, Jagger Hutchins. Electric from the corner.
Andrew Elwer with the basketball, and right away Shawnee in a box in 1 with Caleb Miller face guarding Cam Elwer. Shot by Boggs, doesn't go. Andrew Elwer with the offensive rebound. Back to Boggs. And Andrew takes it, gets to the elbow, kicks it to his brother. Cam Elwer again, 41 points last night against Parkway, a career high, and establishes himself as the all-time leading scorer at St. John's. Brother Andrew Elwer shoots a 3-ball, doesn't go. And here comes Shawnee in transition. That's Trevick Berkey with the left hand. Nice and soft, a lollipop into the basket.
Oh, that's just nastiness, isn't it? Big guys that tall should not be able to put it on the floor and then have the beautiful finish like Trevick Berkey.
Andrew Elwer out top again. St. John's, not that they haven't seen this before, but they've got to dissect the diamond, and we're going to have a foul off the ball, and I believe that's going to go against Caleb Miller for Shawnee.
Caleb Miller got a little handsy. The thing about being in a diamond or a box in 1, Dave, is that the one defender, everybody's eyes are on him, right? So you got to be really careful with your hands if you're going to play a box or diamond in 1.
Andrew Elwer in the corner, goes down the baseline. He's going to step out of bounds. That's our second whistle. Good time to introduce our officials for tonight's contest. Steve Trout with the call, and we have Pat McInnes and Mitch Owen joining him. An outstanding varsity-level crew. Shawnee with the basketball. That's Bender over there, and that's a 3-pointer. Our 3-point sponsor is Army's Auto Wrecking. Cash, cash, cash. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 419-225-1896.
Well, Shaunie's just doing a great job hanging out in the corner. That spot has been fantastic for them as another 3 rims out.
Wade Boggs. Yep, Wade Boggs with the look. Trevick Berkey with the defensive rebound. Bender gets to the window. And good help as Elwer and Boggs there together. They force the ball out of bounds on the block, out of bounds for Shawnee.
DSJ got to get a stop here. Don't let this lead inflate to double digits so early in this game. Eventually, Shawnee will cool down. Their lights red hot right now.
And if you're Coach Mark Triplett, you couldn't ask for a better start. Kiss off the window for Beckett Berkey. Give him the bucket.
Not sure how you lose anyone with the last name Berkey on an inbound play, but DSJ did.
And they may not have lost him. He's 6'7", and that's another 3 ball. In the corners, Braden Klaus is in the game. St. John's cold early. Trevitt Berkey on the left side. Jagger Hutchins double deuces with the ball. Looking to get into the paint, kicks it out. 5 out for Shawnee. No true post player for either one of these teams. And there's a foul up top, and that's going to go against Andrew Elwer. That's his the first foul for St. John's in this contest.
Judging by that dribble drive by Hutchins, Aaron Elwer, head coach at DSJ, looks like they're not going to help. They're going to stay on the shooters, and if you're going to work one-on-one on a dribble drive, you better do the job defensively.
Look for a flare screen here. Going to go down to the baseline, though. Instead, Beckett Berkey kicks it back out to brother Trevick. Scissors at the elbow, and Bender finds himself wide open, and he scores. And if you're Coach Elwer, you got to be thinking about a timeout, but right now he elects to let his team play through this 12-0 lead for the Indians halfway through our first quarter.
Now it was a great screen by Hutchins to get that offensive set going.
Turnover on Cam Elwer. Bender in transition. Good recovery by Andrew Elwer. Gets the block, but Trevick Berkey from 3.
There's the timeout that you wanted. DSJ calls timeout because it's all Shawnee, Dave. Unbelievable behind the perimeter. Somebody call their mama because they're bad, bad boys.
Shawnee 15, Blue Jays 0. We'll take a timeout as well. It's on fire for the Red here on WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. I'm Dave Bowen. Beside me, Miles Holliday. And again, if you're Shawnee, you couldn't start any better. It's not only their offense. Cam Elwer has not even taken a shot in this contest yet.
And you got to wonder, with the defensive deployment of Shawnee, do you start letting Cam Elwer handle the ball and bringing it up? Because it's so difficult for them to get it to him.
And an unforced turnover right there as Braden Klaus and Easton Elwer not on the same page. So it goes from bad to worse for St. John's in the early going as far as Coach Elwer taking the timeout and getting nothing out of the ensuing possession.
Yeah, that'll drive you nuts. A good call right here as Hutchins used that arm to free himself up. Easy one by the officials up top.
So it's going to be St. John's basketball. And again, Cam, there you go. He's going to bring the ball across. That takes the box out initially, but once he gives it up, they're right back in it.
Well, one of our keys, all eyes on 11. Shawnee doing just a great job of that.
Andrew Elwer gets it to his brother Cam. Caleb Miller draped all over him. Great defense. Elwer with the shimmy. Takes the 3, doesn't go. It's one and done for the Blue Jays. Trevick Berkey, Bender out to Beckett Berkey. Spins, doubles, leaves Bender wide open in the corner. Doesn't go. Here comes Andrew Elwer and the Blue Jays.
Well, everybody for DSJ had to hold their breath on a corner 3. It's been money for Shawnee so far.
Good ball movement for St. John's. That's a staple of this team. Elwer looking to go baseline, goes against Jagger Hutchins, draws contact and scores it. Hutchins brings the arm down just a little. Cam Elwer makes him pay.
Is there anybody better in Northwest Ohio and Lima Land that finishing through contact than Cam Elwer? He is just so strong, so quick, a matchup that is just a nightmare for anybody that guards him.
Hutchins picks up his second personal, and Cam Elwer's going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line to try and convert the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and he does so. All he is 54 for 57 from the foul line on the season. That's pretty good.
That's one of those, you do a double take when you see it, right? 95%, are you kidding me? I can't believe that stat was right, but he is so good at everything he does.
Beckett Berkey shows how he's pretty good in there. Scores in the paint, does one. Beckett Berkey, he's got 4 in the early going.
The height of Shawnee paying dividends. DSJ really having a tough time dealing with it.
Andrew Elwer with the miss. It looks like Bender got a piece of that. And Ojo in the game, kicks it back out. Bender feeling it. And he's nothing but cotton from the Army's auto-wrecking 3. Tate Bender with his second 3 in the game, 8th on the season. Andrew Elwer looking to counter, doesn't get it. Bender jump stops at the elbow, waits for his team to come down. Berkey misses it, but there's Ojo with the rebound.
Ojo, who just got inserted into this game, has been absolutely energy for Shawnee. Unfortunately, that extra pass is going to result in a turnover for Shawnee, but Ojo's been fantastic.
He certainly is. Caleb Miller picks up his second. Both teams, the Blue Jays with 1 team foul, the Indians with 4. So St. John's will be shooting free throws the rest of the first quarter. 20-3. The best part about this, if you're a Blue Jays fan, it's the first quarter, not the third or fourth being down 17, but they are definitely in the Kenny Loggins danger zone, Miles.
Kenny Loggins, I love it. All the way to the danger zone.
Sideline out of bounds for St. John's. Braden Klaus with the basketball. Boggs on the baseline. Finds his teammate there in Klaus. Comes up short. One and done again. Great job on the defensive glass by Shawnee. Beckett Berkey stops, pops. Ojo another offensive rebound. Berkey for 3, doesn't go. Cam Elwer with the board, looking to attack. Doesn't have numbers, but when you're Cam Elwer, do you need them? Just off the front of the rim.
How good is he? Almost finished a 1-on-3.
Berkey, Bender, Stiles in the game now. Matthew Stiles for Shawnee. Matthew Stiles, Damola Ojo, and Caleb Miller have rotated in that starting spot, the 5th spot. And Ojo, another offensive rebound. I think he's got about 5 here in the time that he's been in there, Miles.
Unfortunately, it results in a turnover and yet another foul on Shawnee. If there is one little glimmer in this first quarter for DSJ, is the foul trouble that Shawnee is in right now.
Braden Klaus going to go to the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. I had a little bit of Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken here in America's friendliest city, Delphos, Ohio, for my pregame meal. Tyler was my server, and he did an outstanding job, as did the whole crew. We really appreciate Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken for being a sponsor.
It's awesome, but I like that you called it a little because your bill was like $42.
Hey,
and you
easy
ate by
now.
Yourself.
Easy now, easy now.
Like they said that was a family-sized mashed potato and gravy.
It's just so good.
It is.
St. John's going to be over and back. Good hustle there by Braden Klaus, but tried to find a teammate, and if there's any silver lining, it's a dead ball turnover. Shawnee will have to take it out of bounds on the side. Ojo coming out of the game. Coach Berkey and Coach Triplett giving him some high fives for his work on the glass here in the first quarter. 53 seconds remaining in quarter number 1.
Great situational basketball here by Shawnee. If you're Mark Triplett, you've owned this first quarter. Don't give away any hope by not playing good basketball this last minute.
Exactly, hope being the key word. You want to go into the quarter break with momentum. They're in their set now. Beckett Berkey getting to the window, and Cam Elwer goes straight up, but that's all he can do. Berkey with another bucket.
The length of Shawnee so apparent. A huge difference in this first quarter. It looks like DSJ is going to hold it for the last shot of the quarter.
Coach Triplett, he can run a lot of different defenses at you, but right now the box and one has been so effective, no reason to change right now.
The shades of John Thompson against Chris Mullen.
Absolutely. Elwer out by the logo. Boggs with another corner 3, nothing but cotton at the buzzer, and that's exactly what St. John's needed. They're running to their quarter break with a little bit of momentum. 1 quarter in the books. The Indians 22, the Blue Jays 7. Our quarter sponsor for tonight's game, it's Wapakoneta Ford. View our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. And we'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, the Eyesight of Lima and Delphos. Dr. Underbrink at the Eyesight of Lima and Delphos provides quality, comprehensive eye care to Lima, Delphos, and surrounding areas. Visit the eyesightoflima.com for more information. Miles Holliday, Dave Bowen, a blitzkrieg there in the first quarter by Shawnee. They come away with a 22-7 advantage.
Dave, we talked in the opener in our keys, the Brothers of Destruction, right? The Berkeys have been fantastic, but they need to adopt Tate Bender, put him in that brotherhood as well. He was electric in that first quarter with 8 points.
Yeah, and he averages 7 a game. That's icing on the cake if you're Coach Mark Triplett with Tate Bender coming away with those 8 first quarter points.
If you're Aaron Elwer, one thing you had to say to your team during that quarter break is, look, I don't know how you come back in a game if we don't win loose balls and rebounds, and we're not doing that right now, fellas.
Yeah, you got to have a lot of those intangibles go your way, and that starts with hustle, effort, and determination. The other thing is if you're going to have a great come from behind victory, you got to have 2 things. You got to be behind, and secondly, you got to be behind early. And with that 3 by Andrew Elwer, that cuts into this lead, makes it a 12-point deficit. That's an Army's auto-wrecking 3 for Andrew Elwer, his 22nd on the season.
Yeah, tremendous spacing. One of the things that DSJ does so well, good to draw and then kick it back out. Elwer, as you said correctly, an unbelievable 3-point shooter. Really one of the most improved players in Lima land.
A 6-0 run going back to the end of the first quarter, first possession of the second quarter for St. John's. And right now they got to really get nasty on defense to try and keep Shawnee off the boards, off the scoreboard.
Ojo checks back in. A good move getting him back in. He was just a flurry of activity in that first quarter for Shawnee.
Blob out of bounds, baseline out of bounds is what the coaches call it, the blob, and that's tipped away by Jackson Weikert. Our presenting sponsor tonight, another one is Ricker Lawn and Landscaping. Contact Ricker Lawn and Landscaping for all your lawn care needs, including fertilization and weed control programs, aerating, hydro-seeding, irrigation service, and installation, and more.
Really like Jackson Weikert, just a sophomore. It plays at such an intense level.
Trevick Berkey to Ojo. Ojo lays it over the front of the rim. Give Trevick the assist.
Yeah, both teams is so unselfish making that extra pass early in this game.
Andrew Elwer with a clean look. Give the assist to Wade Boggs. Right now, the three-pointers heating up for this St. John's squad. Elwer second on the team at 57% behind the arc.
And might as well say 100% right now. He is yelling layup every time he shoots a 3.
All started with Cam Elwer's penetration. Wade Boggs with the steal. Doesn't have numbers. Gets it out to Cam up top, over to Easton Elwer, the freshman. Cousin for Andrew and Cam is Easton.
Look at the spacing by DSJ. They put so much stress on you. If you don't
Wade
come out on
Boggs.
the shooter, they're going to drive or shoot.
Andrew Elwer again, his third 3 of the contest. And the St. John's faithful on their feet, Miles. And it's your first time to the Robert A. Arnson Gymnasium. You're getting a taste of what this place is all about.
The Crazies, they're loud, and why not? Andrew Elwer is on fire. Look, they might as well call him the king of 3.
Lead is cut to 8. There's a nice cut by Stiles. They find Trevick Berkey wide open. Trevick Berkey answers the run, picks up his second 3 of the game, and we got a timeout. We'll take one as well. 27-16 Indians high school basketball. You're watching it on WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. Our scoreboard sponsor is Rhodes State College. We appreciate Road State for being our scoreboard sponsor. Start your journey today at Road State College.
Dave, timeout there by Aaron Elwer because they gave up a 3 to Berkey. If you love watching adults, coaches work with young people, watch these two coaches, man. They will get into a kid, but they know how to lift a kid back up after they get into him, and that's what Aaron Elwer did during that timeout. Fantastic. No doubt on why these guys are so successful.
Absolutely. Two veteran coaches, 18 years under the belt for Aaron Elwer, 11 for Mark Triplett. Andrew Elwer, heat check, gets it, and the foul. Andrew Elwer with his 4th three-pointer in the first half, and that is an Army's Auto-Wrecking 3. Cash, cash, cash. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 419-225-1896. Make it a 4-point play.
Well, good thing Andrew Elwer made it here on time. He has been outstanding here in the second quarter. Dave Bowen, you know who's big time? Andrew Elwer is big time.
Absolutely. It might have been at the quarter break. Coach Aaron Elwer said, Andrew, Cam's not getting many looks with the box. It's time for you to step up, young man. He's done exactly that. Bender with the ball on the right wing. Again, the defense, a little more pep in the step of the St. John's Blue Jays defensively.
Doing a better job at the free throw line of communicating and talking to each other through those screens. Shawnee was laying a wall down early in this game. Much better job by DSJ playing against it.
Beckett Berkey with the wide open look. Doesn't go. Cam Elwer with the rebound. Here he comes. Heads up. Probing. Finds Andrew. Goes down to Jackson Weaker. Rims in and out. There's that quick possession that St. John's is known for. No reason to pass it around a lot trying to look for a big man inside when you don't have a big man inside.
Yeah, spacing is so important for DSJ. And Dave, they're one of those rare teams that every time they shoot a three, you believe it's going in.
And everybody has the green light to shoot that three. We talked about it a little bit in the pregame. You know, Cam Elwer, he is not even in the top 3 as far as percentage behind the arc, but he shoots it at 54%. So that tells you about the 3 guys ahead of him.
I think they're going to get Cam Elwer with a whistle right there, a little bit of hold coming through the key.
And that's his second personal. We'll have to keep an eye on that with his penetration. Shawnee might try and set him up for a charge at the other end, try and get him on the bench. Beckett Berkey, that's a nice shot again. Beckett picks up his 4th two-pointer of the game, 8 points in the game.
Boy, I love to feed him on the inbound underneath, don't they?
Absolutely, and why not? Leading scorer for Shawnee at 22 a game.
Styles doing a great job of just facing and doing everything he can to deny Elwer the basketball.
Easton Elwer, the freshman, picks up his first bucket of the game, averages 6 a game. Easton Elwer, he reminds me of like a senior role player, just does what he needs to do, but he's a freshman. It's amazing. Andrew Elwer's going to pick up the personal. That's his second. 7-point advantage for Shawnee. Again, they had a great start to this game. They knew that St. John's is going to come back. They're going to have a run, and they've handled it very, very well.
Dave, as a play-by-play guy, you have to love this DSJ team because when in doubt, just see Elwer.
You got it. You got it. You got a law firm of Elwer, and Elwer. But Bender, he's been around all night long. That's his first miss as far as undercooking that three-pointer. Andrew Elwer on the left side. Nobody's going to guard him. And Coach Triplett was like, where's my team at? But a nice rebound there by Max Goldsberry.
I can't believe he missed.
Yeah, exactly. Coach Triplett was trying to play defense on him from the outside because his team, no one was in the same area code.
The crisp ball movement from side to side for Shawnee that was very evident early in this game has kind of slowed down. Got to get that movement back side to side. That's how they are taking advantage of DSJ.
Step back jumper by Beckett Berkey. 5 twos on the night for 10 points.
That's a big-time move right there. A little
Absolutely.
Step back.
Good penetration and drop, and it's blocked, but it's going to stay with St. John's. Beckett Berkey give him the block shot.
How about Beckett coming over from the weak side, helping out and being emphatic about it? Not just a little tip. May give it the old big volleyball spike. Should have hit that Michigan fan in the front row with it.
Absolutely. Send him to the hospital. Cam Elwer on the left. He's going to take a three, and he's going to bury a three. Cam Elwer with his 35th three on the season. That was a fade on that three-pointer. Nothing but cotton.
Shawnee snacking on a little bit of danger here, Dave. This was a big lead, and DSJ has made this a ball game.
Trevick tries to go catch and shot in one motion. Comes up short. Andrew Elwer in transition. Down on the baseline. That's Easton Elwer. Kicks it out to Jackson Weaker. Overcooks it, but there's Cam Elwer with the rebound. And we're going to have a shove, and I believe that's going to go on Beckett Berkey. That is his first in this contest.
Now look, I'm sure Beckett Berkey is a really strong young man in the weight room, throws around a lot of 45s, but maybe, just maybe, that was a little helping the official on that call right there. I'm not sure Beckett is throwing guys 50 feet.
Spoken like an old football coach right there. And I've seen flops more than once here at Robert A. Arnson Gymnasium, but Cam Elwer hits another three, 36 on the season. 3-point lead for the Indians. And again, the St. John's faithful on their feet, making it loud in here, Miles.
All he needs is a little glimmer of daylight, and he is going to make it.
Stiles with the basketball. Again, you talked about how the offense was Shawnee. It's not stagnant, it's just slowed down. They have not been able to penetrate the basketball like they were able to do in the first quarter. Ojo wide open in the middle of the paint. It's a miss, and we're going to have a held ball tie-up. Held ball, tie-up, just like a pair of Air Jordans, and it's going to stay with Shawnee.
Yeah, Ojo, I think, was surprised that he was all by himself in the middle of that lane. And
hardest shot.
Yeah,
hardest shot in the world.
You just pull back on it, just go up and finish it.
Yep. I can remember a young man we coached back in the day. He had to have contact in order to make it. We wanted teams to guard him.
Sure.
He would embrace it, and then he was very effective when there was a body on him.
Well, you could say that about Cam Elwer when he dribble drives.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Beckett Berkey again on the under out of bounds. Stops, pops, doesn't go this time, but they get the offensive rebound. Bender, a glue guy, comes up with it, gets things set. Oh, I love the intensity with Elwer clapping his hands saying that should have been ours. Shawnee reverses the ball. Stiles wide open. Doesn't go. St. John's with a chance to tie with a three. Andrew Elwer gets in the paint. Kicks it out to Easton. Wade Boggs, deep three on the right wing. Doesn't go. Tipped around. Ojo, this one may go down. One-handed jelly for Damola Ojo. St. John's right back. Woo!
Oh, Dunkalicious.
Yes.
Ojo.
Andrew Elwer with the basketball. The 6'1" sophomore guard, and we've got a whistle. The foul's going to go on Matthew Stiles. And I think it goes back to Matthew Stiles face guarding Cam Elwer.
That was a call away from the ball.
Yes.
The referee signaled that as a hold as Stiles was trying to stop Elwer from coming off the screen.
Easton Elwer triggers it in, gets it back, gets into the paint, spins, goes up and over, doesn't go, and there's the height from Shawnee again. It's Trevick Berkey. Throws one at the basket. What an outstanding first half. Shawnee 33, St. John's 28. It's exciting non-league basketball on WOSN. Welcome back to Robert A. Arnson Gymnasium. In non-league action tonight, it's the Indians 33, the Blue Jays 28. An outstanding first half. We want to thank our premier sponsor, Elida Building and Contracting. Call Brian Wheeler at Elida Building and Contracting. Commitment to quality and community. Elida Building and Contracting, 48 years of trust, 48 years of experience. And a presenting sponsor tonight is Thermal Guard Window and Door. Quality windows and doors from a local company you can trust. Visit thermalguardwindows.com or call 419-229-4273 for your free estimate. I'm Dave Bowen. My partner tonight, Miles Holliday. An exciting first half, and again, your first time to Robert A. What a display of great basketball for you to see, Miles.
What a great venue, right? You just feel the history as you walk in here. It's fantastic. It's got I told you off air, It's got a Cameron indoor feel
sure
to
does,
it.
Yeah.
It's a great place. Absolutely love it. And we got a tremendous sightline. And, hey, we've had a great first half. Let's hope the second half is as fun. Now, Dave, if I am Shawnee, though, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to keep Ojo on the floor. He has been outstanding, right? Plus, I like to see dunks. Give another breakaway. Ojo with the jelly. I love it, Dave. Keep calling it. But offensively, let's get some two-man working with the Berkeys up top, and then let's hide Hutchins in the corner. You get a little screen and roll, and if it's not there, kick it out to Hutchins, bury the three. And then defensively, the box and one has worked a little bit, but the other Elward step forward. How about this, the Dale Brown triangle and two? If that doesn't work, let's go rhombus and one. If that doesn't work, call your geometry teacher. Come up with all kinds of stuff because this is a lights-out shooting team for DSJ. DSJ effort in the second quarter, duplicate that. Unbelievable. Got loose balls, ran around defensively, and then let it fly, man. When you have an open three, no doubt, just let it go. And the last but not least for DSJ, hey, on an inbound play, don't let Berkey catch it, right?
Yes.
They love to get it to Berkey. This is going to be a great second half, Dave.
Going to be a great second half. Our leading scorers at halftime, Beckett Berkey for Shawnee has 10 points on 5 two-point field goals. And for St. John's, Andrew Elwer, 4 3-pointers in the first half, along with a free throw, a 4-point play, and he has 13. So St. John's, they're going to start things off with the possession. And again, they score here. And regardless, it's anybody's game, but they score here, it's going to get real tight real quick. They look to flare it over to Andrew, and right now, Shawnee's going to stay in the box on Cam Elwer. Caleb Miller guarding him. Andrew Elwer on the left side. Cam gets it up top. Cam goes to Easton Elwer. Down in the corner to Drew Boggs. Back to Drew on the right wing. Gets into the paint, and he finds Jackson Weaker, and he up fakes Jagger Hutchins, and that's going to be a personal on Jagger. And are we going to line up for a Lee's Famous Recipe chicken free throw? No, it's going to be under out of bounds.
That's going to be third on Hutchins. A costly foul, but it's good to see that the up fake is still undefeated, Dave.
It is. You can always bring a guy off his feet with a real solid sell with the up fake. Cam Elwer on the left. Easton into the paint. Jackson Weaker, and he scores. Give the assist to Easton Elwer. 3-point game.
A really nice job by Elwer Easton, getting the penetration and keeping his eyes up, finding Weaker, who did the right thing, make the cut towards the basket.
Jagger Hutchins, double deuces, looking to get to the block, kicks it out. Tate Bender had a really good first quarter, didn't score in the second quarter. Hutchins on the right block, one-on-one, no help, and he overcooks the power shot. Cam Elwer in transition.
Yeah, really good defensively by Drew Boggs, staying between Hutchins and the basket.
Andrew gets into the middle of the floor, kicks it out to his cousin Easton, no good. And here comes Shawnee again. Tate Bender on the left wing. Again, solid half-court man-to-man by the St. John's Blue Jays. Bender up top. Trevick to Beckett. Caleb Miller, not a strong outside shooter, gets inside, tosses it up to Beckett, and he finds a cutting Trevick Berkey, excuse me, and he gets his first field goal the second half. Lead goes back to 5.
That's how you know you're a good player, because that looked like it was going to fall off the rim, but no, sir, it rolled back in.
I just heard the net snap on that one by Andrew Elwer. 5th three of the game. 2-point advantage for Shawnee. And a steal by Andrew Elwer. And Tate Bender gets it right back. Comes the other way. Jagger Hutchins, a lethal 3-point shooter, doesn't get it off. Over to Miller. He's going to take that three. Doesn't go. But there's Beckett Berkey with the offensive board. Tries to lay it over the rim. Doesn't go. Elwer, Cam style with the rebound. Down in the corner, back up top. Easton. Andrews feeling it, and that one's just short. And scramble for the ball. Everybody on the floor. It's a student council meeting over there with the held ball tie-up.
Oh, how can you not love it, Dave
Exactly.
Bowen? Elite level effort. Both teams going down, trying to dig it out.
Jackson Weekert, he's going to have to leave the game. I think he may have a bloody nose out of that situation. And right now we're going to make a decision on how to attack this. We may need to have.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's some blood on the court that they're going to have to deal with.
And with that, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more exciting third quarter action. You're watching the Blue Jays and the Indians on WOSN. We got things taken care of on the floor. Shawnee with the basketball, Trevik Berkey, and he goes to Beckett Berkey, and miscommunication on the wing, and it's an unforced turnover for Shawnee.
And Maddox Kroger checks in for DSJ while they're trying to get Jackson Weekert's nose in better condition. Hopefully he's going to be all right because he was playing with such intensity for DSJ.
Cam Elwer probing. Goes over to Braden Klaus.
Boy, if they're able to get the lead, this place is just going to go nuts.
Absolutely. Been a part of that happening quite a bit during my coaching career. There they go inside. That's Easton Elwer. They don't even have the lead, and the place is going nuts, Miles.
Well, you wonder if Mark Triplett for Shawnee is going to stay in that defense because DSJ is just carving it up now with dribble penetration.
They have dissected it. Bender dribble penetrates. Goes over the front of the rim, and he scores. Tate Bender with toughness and tenacity. Bucket inside.
Tate Bender been so big for Shawnee here tonight. Answers that explosive basket by DSJ with a nice easy one.
Braden Klaus left all alone. Comes up short on the three. Shawnee in transition. Beckett Berkey looking to go left. Does go left. Misses it, but gets his own rebound. Goes right back up. Misses that one. There's Ojo. And he gets the rebound, and it's going to go off St. John's out of bounds. We want to thank our quarter sponsor, Wapakoneta Ford. View our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta.
Keep an eye on both Berkeys on this side of the floor. Love to get them involved on inbounds.
Not real quick, not real intense with that under out of bounds. They had to go long, and it works out to Shawnee's advantage as Maddox Krager's going to pick up the personal foul.
Good news for DSJ. Jackson Weekert just came back on the floor. He's going over to the bench. Hopefully they're going to get him back in the game soon. But what a luxury it is, Dave, to have a guy like Ojo that, when in doubt, just throw it up high. Let Ojo go get it.
He's had a really nice game with the intangibles this evening. Trevik Berkey for three, doesn't go. Ojo, another rebound. You called it, Miles. Stiles looks to attack, kicks it back out to Ojo. That's Beckett Berkey, and he gets the shot off, but good defense forces a tough one. Here comes Easton Elwer. Andrew Elwer spinning down on the baseline. Easton getting into the middle. Stops. Everything's a jump stop in there. That way you have options.
Do a great job of catching it on the perimeter where they threaten you, but then when they get inside, staying with it, and they threaten you in so many different ways.
Defense collapses, and then you find the open shooter. Andrew Elwer looking to get it in there, and it goes out of bounds, and it's off of St. John's. Shawnee's going to get the basketball.
Beckett Berkey gets up, implores his teammates, come on, let's go.
I want to thank our presenting sponsor tonight, the Eyesight of Lima and Delphos. Dr. Underbrink at the Eyesight of Lima and Delphos provides quality, comprehensive eye care to Lima, Delphos, and surrounding areas. Visit the Eyesight of Lima.com for more information. Beckett Berkey down on the right block. Ojo Styles.
DSJ doing a great job of coming and helping.
Switching because they're all about the same height. No reason not to switch on screens. Miller, or Styles with the basketball, goes into Ojo, isolated down low, kicks it back out. Beckett Berkey going to take a deep three, doesn't go. Trevick gets a hand on it, but it goes into the hands of Cam Elwer. Looking to go left, looking to get to the backboard. Draws contact.
So good at the hesitation, isn't he? And Cam Elwer will look at you if you're not in a good defensive position. He'll slow down and speed you up, and he knows he's going to get you on that hip for the foul.
Beckett Berkey picks up his second personal foul. 1 foul for the Blue Jays in the third quarter, 2 for the Indians. Drew Boggs with the 3 in the corner, doesn't go. Or excuse me, that's Eli Swick in the game now. And that's going to go off the hand of a Shawnee defender in Tate Bender. Eli Swick, 12 for 22 behind the arc. Third on the team percentage-wise. He comes into the game ready to fire. St. John's gets the offensive board, but he's in and he's out.
Dave, as it mirrors, there are a lot of heavy breathing by Shawnee. They look like they're slowing down, getting a little bit more tired. I know Aaron Elwer has been doing a great job rotating guys in for DSJ. Let's see if this is going to be a theme in that fourth quarter, if Shawnee's going to have enough left in the tank.
Easton Elwer gets to the rim, doesn't go. They kick it out. Trevick Berkey goes to the rim, doesn't go. Cam Elwer with the board. Gets his footing under there. There's a advantage non-call right there. There's Drew Boggs for 3. Count it.
Would you say that Drew Boggs just hit a home run?
Yes. I apologize. The first half I referenced him as the Boston Red Sox iconic Wade Boggs. I think you'll take that, but Drew Boggs will definitely take that 3 right there.
The quarterback, that was fantastic in the fall. Great job getting DSJ to lead.
First lead of the game for St. John's. And another miss as Jagger Hutchins inside, unable to connect. Andrew Elwer looking to go coast to coast. Puts it up, contact, no foul, no finish. Styles. Regardless of who wins this game, Miles, both teams going to come away with a lot of positives. They're going to be better for it.
Well, hats off to both coaches taking a game like this,
Absolutely.
Right? Makes Saturday nights a lot more enjoyable.
Shawnee won this game last year 65-58, and they've won 6 of the last 7. But overall, this series, which started in 1957, is led by St. John's 35-30.
We're going to have a conversation. I think one official was going to say a travel, the other one was going to say a block, and it's going to be a block.
And I'm going to be honest, they both had closed fists. And as far as mechanics are concerned, a closed fist is a foul, an open hand is a violation.
Great
point.
So
I think they both had the foul. I think the discussion was it in the act of shooting or not?
No, they're going to say it's going to be non-shooting, so Hutchins going to take it out for Shawnee. DSJ's got to play great defense this last 8 seconds.
Cam Elwer picks up his 3rd, and Beckett to Trevick for the bucket. And with 3 in the books, the Indians maintain a 1-point advantage, 39-38. It's the Indians and the Blue Jays. It's the Elida Road rivalry. You're watching it on WOSN. Today's scoreboard is sponsored by Road State College. Start your journey today. And our presenting sponsors, Ricker Lawn and Landscape. Contact Ricker Lawn and Landscape for all your lawn care needs, including fertilization and weed control programs, aerating, hydro seeding, irrigation service, and installation, and more. Miles, here we are. It was a 20-3 advantage early on for the Indians. St. John's came back. They went ahead in that third quarter. They trailed by 1 going into the fourth. No, we're not going to get to the 80s, but it's just as exciting.
It sure is, and you got to credit the character of DSJ. How many teams, Dave, would have a deficit like that would just fold after the first, right? You know, as much success as they've had and things have come easily in this first part of the year, it's good to see the character, and you're going to have moments like this that should get you ready for tournament play.
The combined record of these two squads, 18-1. Something's got to give. Cam Elwer with the ball up top. Caleb Miller on him. They get the wide open look for Easton Elwer on the left side, and he does nothing but drain it. That's his first 3 of the game, 10th on the season. Shoots it at 47% behind the arc.
Yeah, Shawnee jumped to that triangle and 2 on that possession, and Easton made him pay.
Caleb Miller off the glass, doesn't go. Cam Elwer rebounds it and brings it across the timeline. You're right, they are in a triangle and 2. Elwer gets by it, but there's contact before the shot. That foul's going to be on Caleb Miller. That's his 3rd. That's the one, as a head coach, you're like, well, I want fouls to be called, but not when we're going to make a shot.
That's right.
It's so hard to find a clean look, and Cam Elwer actually got one there, but the foul had already been called. Elwer with the inbound, goes to Easton. Easton penetrates. Good defense by Jagger Hutchins.
Yeah, really tough for a big guy to close off that baseline, but Hutchins did a really good job.
Drew Boggs penetrates, kicks it back out to Easton Elwer, doesn't go. Beckett Berkey with the rebound. Berkey looking to go coast to coast. Deflected in there, turnover. Easton Elwer to Andrew Elwer.
The hands of DSJ, so active defensively, caused another run out, and they are partying it up here.
Andrew Elwer with his first 2 of the night. He's got 15 overall. Another steal. Easton Elwer gives it to Cam. Coach Triplett needs a timeout. Not going to use it. He's got the ball in transition. Jagger Hutchins misses. Trevitt Berkey scores it.
That's a huge basket for Shawnee. Quiets the crowd a little bit and keeps this close at 45-41.
The chess match of the 4th quarter. We've got a whistle, and Andrew Elwer looks like his legs dinged up a little bit. He's going to come out of the game. Braden Cloud's going to come in for him. Trainer Tom Lane looking and talking to Andrew Elwer down here on the bench.
Yeah, working on that calf. Sometimes you cramp up when the adrenaline gets going.
You think he's playing with some adrenaline?
I'm calling it with adrenaline, so I'm pretty sure that they're playing with it.
5 threes on the night. Drew Boggs out here near the timeline, gets to the free throw line. And there's a turnover on St. John's as Jackson Wiekert and Cam Elwer do not connect.
Dave, just a little body language though. Shawnee, who was so active in the first half, well, that was a loose ball. None of the 5 guys went after it.
Yeah.
That tells me there's some tired legs out there.
Both teams played last night. Shawnee a much tougher contest against Coldwater, a 2-point victory. Beckett Berkey gets to the paint, and we're going to have 2 shots on this one. The foul is going to be on Easton Elwer. And I thought we might hear it from the St. John's contingent. Called in the act of shooting. Some disagreement from the locals.
It really was, though. The problem, though, when you're watching it in live time is that you forget that Beckett Berkey is so long, and he takes those long strides, and you think it's just an NBA continuation type call, when no, actually, it just wasn't the act of shooting.
Berkey makes good on the first one. Second leading free throw shooter for this Indian squad. Gets them both. That's his 45th and 46th make on the season. A 76% free throw shooter. 2-point game.
Andrew Elwer, careful. He is taking his fist, trying to get Bender off of him. You see Bender's hands all over him, and he's trying to use his arm to swipe down.
Drew Boggs with the basketball, looking to get the ball to Cam Elwer. Unable to do so. Easton Elwer gets into the paint, to the baseline, finds Drew Boggs, miss. Boggs gets it, up fakes. He makes the second one. Tenacity by Drew Boggs. Not the best looking shot. You want to go up strong there, but it doesn't matter. He cashes in with the two-pointer.
All shots that go in are good-looking shots, Dave Bowen.
Exactly. Beckett Berkey, he's going to attack. Pressure offense by both squads. Looking to get to the rim. Trevick Berkey does so. Scores the bucket. Coach Mark Triplett, he's going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. Stay tuned for the exciting finish here on WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. And our premier sponsor tonight is Elida Building and Contracting. Call Brian Wheeler at Elida Building and Contracting. Commitment to quality and community. Elida Building and Contracting, 48 years of trust, 48 years of experience. Coach Triplett takes that timeout. Myas Holiday, what's the focus?
If I'm them offensively, I'm telling Trevick Berkey, get a full head of steam, work that left-hand lane, and just go down. Reminiscent of Jalen Rose, the way he finishes with that left hand. He is unstoppable on the left side.
Yeah, he's already 6'7", and then he gets up in the air on top of that. Drew Boggs, Cam Elwer with a rare open look from behind the arc. Doesn't go. Jagger Hutchins double deuces with the rebound.
Boy, Hutchins just does so many good things for this Shawnee team. Doesn't need a ton of shots to contribute.
Trevick Berkey from the left side. The left hand drills the three, and the Indians go back up by one. 19 points for Trevick.
Well, this sold-out crowd is getting their money's worth here tonight, aren't they?
And some. Cam Elwer jukes with the shoulders, and he answers down at this end with his third three of the night.
The focal point of Shawnee's defense has been to stop Cam Elwer. I don't know if you can stop him, Dave. I think you just limit him.
Yep, you hope to contain him. Caleb Miller with the basketball. Trevick Berkey up top. Just been an outstanding basketball. Fun for us to call, that's for sure.
Now look at the double team ready to come with Elwer.
Trevick feeling it, doesn't go that time as he shoots it from the corner. Army's auto-wrecking three just misses. Cam Elwer. One-on-one with Caleb Miller out top. Gives it up. Swings it. Drew Boggs in the corner.
Some really tough hand fighting going on between Bender and Andrew Elwer.
Shawnee staying in this triangle and two. Other guys are going to get looks. When it comes down to game time, you got to be able to hit them. And there's Drew Boggs. Kisses it off the window, trying to draw contact, but he picks up his second two. He's got 2 threes to go with it, and he has 10 points on the night.
Boggs' toughness evident here in this fourth quarter, that time with the high glass smooch.
Again, Beckett Berkey able to go 1-2 through the paint, unable to come up with the bucket, but nothing illegal there. St. John's fans wanted to travel.
Shawnee's got to get Ojo back on the floor because they're one and done on the offensive end. He was getting offensive rebounds for him earlier.
Beckett Berkey with the rebound. Here he comes. I don't know if he'll give this one up. He doesn't. And there's a foul and a bucket. Beckett Berkey, the hoop and the harm.
Just a sensational move by Beckett Berkey. Keeps the back pivot foot and then steps through. And how about the George Gervin finger roll?
George Gervin, you're going back in time. A little bit of Huey Lewis right there. Beckett Berkey at the Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken free throw line. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Doesn't get the free throw, but they get the offensive rebound, and Jagger Hutchins undercooks that one.
Yeah, a little AIR, and the DSJ faithful going to let Hutchins know about it. This looked like he rushed it, didn't he, Dave?
A little bit of rush there, maybe a little deep too, but that's one he'd like to have back because he can drill that, and Ojo's back in the game. And guess who's guarding Cam Elwer now? Damola Ojo. I like the length on Cam right now.
And the athletic ability.
Yes.
Ojo, as we've seen, can jump out of the gym. And Aaron Elwer, he sees it as well. He says, let's talk about this, fellas.
Aaron Elwer will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're watching it all on WOSN. We'd like to thank Thermal Guard Window and Door for being a presenting sponsor for tonight's ball game. Quality windows and doors from a local company you can trust. Visit thermalguardwindows.com or call 419-229-4273 for your free estimate. And it's been a hot scoreboard tonight. We'd like to thank Rhodes State College for sponsoring our scoreboard. Start your journey at Rhodes State College today.
Dave, you know how you know it's a big environment?
How do you know it's a big environment?
When David Trinko from the Lima News is here right next to you, you know it's a big-time game.
They're bringing in the big times. Big time, and it's big boy basketball out here with 1:56 to go. And I would be all for some free basketball tonight. I know your Steelers are playing right now.
I was looking at that.
But, hey, where else would you rather be?
Nowhere, baby. That even number looks pretty tempting for overtime.
Cam Elwer with the basketball. Look for St. John's to stay spread out and look for Elwer to create. Easton Elwer with the three off of the pass, doesn't go. Nice rebound on the backside by Beckett Berkey. Beckett's done a lot at both ends of the floor tonight.
Yeah, sometimes when you're left alone as a shooter, that can play on you mentally.
Coming out of the timeout, a tough look right there because of those factors. Beckett goes to brother Trevick. Ojo gets to the cutting Beckett Berkey, and he lays it up there. And we're going to have another timeout, this time by Coach Triplett, and we'll take it as well. All tied up at 52 on WOSN. We'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, the Eyesight of Lima and Delphos. Dr. Hunter Brink at the Eyesight of Lima and Delphos provides quality, comprehensive eye care to Lima, Delphos, and surrounding areas. Visit theeyesightoflima.com for more information. And Rickard Lawn and Landscape, a presenting sponsor. Contact Rickard Lawn and Landscape for all your lawn care needs, including fertilization and weed control programs, aerating, hydro seeding, irrigation service, and installation, and more. And our quarter sponsor is Wapakoneta Ford. Wapakoneta Ford. View our new and pre-owned inventory at wapakonetaford.net or visit us at 613 North Dixie Highway in Wapakoneta. We're all tied up, Miles. 1:22 to go. No, we said we're not going to get into the 80s, but wow, it's going to be fun to see how this one plays out.
Oh, what a find by Ojo to find Berkey on the cut to tie this thing up. And credit Shawnee, man. They're staying with that strategy. Triangle and two, still evident.
And what'll be interesting is, will Coach Elwer take the air out of it and try and go for the last shot here with a minute to go? The Blue Jays have 3 timeouts left. The Indians 2. And Coach Elwer definitely has confidence in his ball handlers that they can run this clock down. Will he take a timeout maybe with 20 seconds or so? And right now it looks like, yep, Coach Triplett's asking his team to foul on purpose. That is their second team foul of the fourth quarter. So they have 2 to give before the Blue Jays go to the free throw line.
Yeah, tough to run it all the way down when your opponent has fouls to give for that last shot, because they're going to make it difficult for you by making you inbound the basketball. A lot of strategy going on in this last minute.
Trevick Berkey's going to pick up his second. We said, yeah, it's a team. It's 5 guys from both teams on the floor and then your benches. But the battle of the brothers, it has been fun tonight to watch. And there's a steal. Trevick Berkey goes to Ojo. Back to Trevick with his left hand. Keeps his body between the defender and the ball, and he scores it.
Well, how big has Ojo been for Shawnee here tonight?
You've said it once. You've said it several times. Damola Ojo, just a great job there playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. Doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but very, very impressive.
Hey, all the talk goes to the Berkeys, and rightfully so, but it's been Ojo. You say, oh, Joe, this is good.
That's what you've been waiting on all night long. You got to give Tate Bender a lot of credit, too, with the way he has played face guard defense. Cam Elwer drills the three over Ojo, and that gives the Blue Jays a 1-point lead with 10 seconds. Jagger Hutchins getting to the window, doesn't go. Trevick Berkey gets a hand on it, but Cam Elwer comes out with it, and there's a foul called. The clock continued to run. I think we're going to get some time put back on if the officials saw the clock, but it continued to run. We were able to pick that up from up here.
Yeah, Mark Triplett he's litigating. He wants more time on the clock. Should be about 4 or 5 seconds.
Yes.
But how about Mr. Big Time, Mr. All Time? When you need a shot to win it, who delivers? Cam Elwer, of course.
Cam Elwer, yep. All-time leading scorer at St. John's, established last night. Scored 41 points in that game. In this one, he has 17, and he's shooting 2 right now to make it a 3-point advantage. They're going to put 6.7 on the clock, Miles.
Yeah, Aaron Elwer wants to know why 6-7. That's a lot of time.
Elwer 1 for 1 from the charity stripe tonight, make it 2 for 2. That makes him 55 for 58 on the season. I mean, there's no such thing as automatic, but this is about as close as you can get to it.
Yeah, Shawnee with 2 timeouts left. But this one, huge. 95% from the free throw line, no doubt about it.
Coach Triplett not going to use the timeout. Going to get it across half court, and then he's going to use it. 4 seconds left on the clock. Timeout, Shawnee will take it as well. Come back for our exciting finish on WOSN. Our 3-point sponsor for tonight is Army's Auto Wrecking. Cash, cash, cash. Army's Auto Wrecking is paying cash for your junk cars and trucks. Call Army's at 419-225-1896. We go with our 3-point sponsor because that's what Shawnee needs right here to tie this one up, Miles. Down 3, 57-54.
Now take a look at the timeout of the fouls, though. DSJ could foul on the inbound.
And do you foul because it's a 3-point attempt? I'm of the notion no, because all they can do is tie with the 3, and you don't want to put Shawnee on the free throw line where their length, they can make the first one, tap the second one out a lot more easily than some teams.
Beckett Berkey's going to trigger it, Dave. Look for him to try to get him involved. Robert Ory give it back to.
Yep, look for Beckett to get it back. He goes to Trevick. Trevick's going to one-handed runner. It doesn't go, and that's your ball game. St. John's rushes the floor. They come all the way back from a first quarter deficit of 20-3 to win this one, 57-54 at Robert A. Arnzen Gymnasium. We'll be back right after these to wrap this one up. Welcome back to St. John's High School, where we have been treated to an outstanding basketball game. St. John's 57, Shawnee 54. A game where if you would have said after the first quarter St. John's was going to win this game, you really would have put yourself in a perilous position. But Miles, no quit in this squad led by Aaron Elwer.
Yeah, it's one they're going to talk about for a long time here, and rightfully so. Down 22-7, this DSJ team. A lot of people have said this one's over with. No, not so. Aaron Elwer's team, boy, they fought through adversity. And how about the guy that just awes you every single time you see him? Unbelievable effort. Cam Elwer, frustrated all night long with a box and 1, a triangle and 2, made his life difficult. But when they needed him, steps forward, hits the big-time 3, the game winner. And if you're Mark Triplett for Shawnee, you had a great look at the end, you got your guy Trevor Berkey looking at the basket, had an opportunity to make it. Hey, 9 times out of 10, if you get that look for Shawnee, Mark Tripple says, I'm happy with it.
Absolutely. This is a game that coming into it, we thought it would come down to the final possession, and it did. Trevor Berkey, he led the way for Shawnee with 21 points. The Indians fall to 9-2 on the season. They continue to be undefeated in conference play at 2-0. And the Blue Jays, led by 19 points by Cam Elwer, they come away with the victory to improve to 10-0. He had 19 points, 10 in the second half, but you also got to tip your cap to Andrew Elwer, who had 13 big markers in the first half.
Oh, without a doubt. Dave, can we just wait like an hour and then bring him back out and do it again? This was so much fun.
Absolutely. Are we leaving anything out, partner?
Just last but not least, Ojo, how big he was for Shawnee. Had really what we thought was going to be the winning assist inside, but then it was Elware that came down and made just another sensational play in his storied career. And the great thing about him, he's back for a senior year next year.
Oh, absolutely. Both of these teams dominated by underclassmen. It'll be another great game when they meet up next year. That's going to wrap things up here at Robert A. Arnzen Gymnasium. Again, Shawnee, they fall with the loss to 9-2. They'll be back in action on Friday in league play hosting Salina. St. John's improves to 10-0. They will be at New Knoxville in league play next Friday. I want to thank Jacob O'Neill, who did our camera work tonight. He'll also take this back to the studio and edit it. We want to thank Delphos St. John's Athletic Director, Mr. Todd Shawnee, for the hospitality. And Miles Holliday, I really want to appreciate and share my thanks to you. It was a great night working with you.
Diamond Dave, I'm glad we got an opportunity. And how special was this night? Look at them, the partying on the floor, and why not? This is a great venue and a great basketball team. And Dave, you said it best. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Where else would you rather be? And it was great being your partner for your first time at Robert A. Arnzen Gymnasium. Until next time, may all of your jumpers hit nothing but the bottom of the net. So long, everybody.